What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike, and today, my friends, we have a very special episode. Many of you guys asked for it in the comments. I actually got to meet AA9SKILLZ for the first time in Miami. I know we watch each other's content. How's it going, my brother?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. It was a pleasure hanging out with you, and dude, my only regret is not making Vancouver just so we could chill again, man. It's my only regret, bro. Thinking about making the trip out to Vancouver just to chill, watch you play, chill, hang out with everybody, but I don't know how EA's with the tickets out there. I don't know how that all goes.
I mean, I can get you in as my guest. I know you have like at least a few guest spots.
I think you get 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll work something out.
We'll see how it works out.
Today, guys, we're going to talk FUT Champions, and I've also got some other related questions. If you enjoy it, please drop a thumbs up. Make sure to go subscribe to AA9 if you haven't already. You're like one of the old heads, one of the guys that have been around before YouTube was HD, before YouTube was on Facecam. You actually started kind of the live stream movement a long time ago.
Yeah, dude, Justin TV was the first time.
That's why you know it's a long time ago.
Yeah,
that's before
dude.
Twitch, before Twitch was bought by Amazon, all of that.
No Twitch. Dude, and the funny thing about it is my first ever stream was me playing the Interactive World Cup, man. I just played it over and over trying to keep up with the kids that got 50 games in one night. I don't know how they did it, man. Remember those days?
I was a freak with the Interactive World Cup. I kind of stopped doing FIFA Interactive as I got into YouTube because there was so much cheating. I was like, I'm not dealing with no DDoSing. This is not what competitive gaming is about.
It was the worst,
man.
It
was a mess. But I want to start out kind of asking you about FIFA 17. It comes out. Did you have any early access information regarding FUT Champions? Did you know it was going to be big? Did you think EA had actually committed to esports? I know it's a few questions in a row, but all around the same guidelines.
Nah, so I heard through like all the YouTubers and stuff that something was coming out, but I thought it was going to be similar to, you ever played Madden where they have like the draft champions? It's like I don't know, it's called draft champions. So I thought it was going to be something to do with the draft where you're getting ranked through the draft and this and that. I never thought it was going to be play 40 games in one weekend for prizes. I never thought it was going to be that. And on the sense of esports, I think it has potential to be massive. Did I think it was going to be, they were going to come out the break with regionals and all that? I never thought so. Big props to EA for trying to push that. But yeah, I had no idea that was coming, man. I wish I would have known. I wish I would know what I had to prepare myself for. 4 games a weekend, sometimes 80. I'm ready to slay myself.
I don't know how you've completed 80. It kills me to just finish 40. I've talked about it on my channel many times, but after Sunday, I'm hungover on Monday from playing video games.
Dude, if it wasn't for my audience liking that series so much, I couldn't do it, dude. Like, I sit here just like trying to get myself through it because it's just because they like it and they enjoy it. And I do the main account because trying to get regional stuff. But the funny thing about it is when I got regionals, I didn't even know that there was a regionals. Bateson was the one who told me it was happening. So I was like, wait, what? What? I'm in regionals? Wait, what? I had no idea, dude. I knew nothing about FUT Champs when it came out.
Man, that's crazy because early on in the game, you were definitely better than the majority of players. Mm-hmm. I know you already had the super team kind of built too, just from YouTube opening packs, making that initial investment. Yeah. But I always figured that you knew exactly what you were kind of getting into in terms of qualifying and that process. Because I'd always see you on the leaderboards, and I had no idea this was going to be a thing. Mm-hmm. When the game came out in September and then October, I'm sitting here working on tips, working on tutorials, playing the game a lot, but I'm not thinking about FUT Champions. I was live streaming a lot of it just because, I wanted to interact with people. I knew they wanted to watch it, but that was hindering my connection. I got DDoSed off a couple of these, and people always ask me, why weren't you in Miami? I was like, guys, I'm not looking for an excuse. I had no idea that this was going to be what it's become, and I had no, prereq that would have told me that it would have become something crazy because no other EA event or no other year of FIFA has ever been like this in terms of player profiles, build up, the events, the commentators. The budget must be massive.
I know this. The only thing I know that I was kind of told and stuff is that this wasn't about being big. This wasn't, they weren't looking for, oh my God, we need initial success. Oh, the Twitch views have to be massive. They wanted to see if their system worked, if they like what they have, if everything works, and that's where they want to go from there. Now I'm pretty sure the years coming up is gonna be what they had to. It's like a pilot episode. When you make a YouTube show, you come out with your first one, you don't know if it's gonna be a hit or not. This was them seeing if it was gonna be a hit, and I imagine next year it's gonna be I think they're gonna go bigger and better with it. I think this year they just try to see if it worked, if the theory was there, and if it all like made sense. But dude, like if you look at it, there was no information really in the beginning, because like I said, the last week going into the week that I was gonna qualify for regionals, Bateson DM'd me and was like, hey man, if you do good this weekend, you make regionals. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you just have to stay top 12. So I was like, all right, no pressure. So I played my last week and then I got it. But even for the second qualifier, I thought you couldn't requalify. I thought you could only qualify for the season 1 and that was it. So I started my road to glory and I ended up doing my best ever month, but the last week I didn't play because of my road to glory. You see where I'm coming from? So I didn't know you could requalify. So the information for the FUT Champions was just, it wasn't out there. It wasn't in people's faces. I didn't even know, because of my viewers, I made Miami, because the last 5 minutes of being able to register on their website was when I got there to register. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to go to Miami.
Man, that's crazy. But,
yeah, I didn't know nothing.
To be fair, though, EA has always been consistently not transparent. And I don't want to just take shots, but if you compare to other communities, EA's been known to not tell you until it's last minute, and then not to specify details that are very important if you're doing something at a high level or if you take something serious.
Well, I swear, Mike, I swear on everything. I love my viewers to death, but I swore they were trying to hack my account. I was like, they're trying to hack me. They're 100% because they kept giving me a link, like register. I was like, oh, they're trying to hack my account, dude. They want my Vieira. They want my Hullet. So I'm sitting there thinking they're trying to hack me. Finally, I'm just like, you know what? I'm clicking it. I click the link, and the whole register thing comes up. And it's like, if you don't register by 12 a.m. this time, you can't play in regionals. And I was like, oh, snap. So if it wasn't for my viewers, I wouldn't even have been in Miami, because that wasn't clear to people. The register, did you even know season 1 was taking place?
I mean, I knew this was a qualifying period, but it was always kind of confusing. Like, what's happening? It's November? Is it December? Is it January? Is it February?
Yeah.
But I just had no idea what I was technically qualifying for. Like, what am I qualifying for? Like, I knew that this was going to be an ongoing event. Mm-hmm. But is this going to be big? Is it going to be small? Is it going to be somewhere in between?
Yeah.
And who knows what EA was projecting either with their social reach and with the money they invested, because this must be a multi-million-dollar investment just to run the one event that we were in Miami, which was set up was Saturday. The event was completed on Sunday, so a 2-day event. But I'm talking, they must have had 50 to 60 people working this event, between makeup, between setup. You had the live stream guys, you had the lighting, you had, the tear down, the put back up, you had the audio crew, you had the people that got you looking good. They got the wardrobe people, not necessarily for me or for you, but
they had so many companies involved from just back at the hotel. They had a company taking care of the players. Just starting there, the amount of money that was invested. And I don't blame them for not being so. Like I said, I think this was a trial period. I think it's hard for them to have put all the information out there for everybody. I know the Interactive World Cup for this month, I think you have to stay I went to go do research on it because I just wanted to know to see if I could place it again. But I know you have to get top 8 in the U.S. to make the Interactive World Cup, but I didn't know that before. I thought it was top 12 again. I had no idea.
Well, it's not top 8 this past month. It changes. So
this month coming up is top 8, right?
Yeah, I think this one coming up is top 8. I think the previous month was top 3, and then the following month is top 3. No, top 4 I thought was Europe. See, this is what we're talking about. It's very confusing.
No. Yeah, I read up on it. So America gets 8 the first week, right? But it's 8. I mean, the first month, but it's 8 split between Xbox and PlayStation. So 4 goes from Xbox, 4 goes from PlayStation, and then for the next month coming up, the one we're in right now, it's 16 from both consoles for us. But
so 8 and 8, yeah.
Yeah, 8 and 8. But Europe gets 10, 20, and then 10. So they get 5, 5, 10, 10, and then 5. You see what I'm saying? So that's how their breakdown is. So it's very confusing. The stuff's not out there for everybody to see it, and that's, like I said, I think this will in a couple years be a big thing for EA. But I think it's all about them ironing out, figuring out, getting the sources, and then figuring I'm pretty sure as a company they have to look to see if it's profitable for them. If this stuff is,
well, they make so much money off Ultimate Team that if this increases people playing the game, it's probably profitable for them. But let's save some of this. I want to talk to you more about Miami, but let's transition into just FUT Champs in general, because I think you kind of took YouTube and took the competitive field in the area you know, in a way that nobody anticipated. Because most people would probably put you at an average, maybe above average player.
Yeah.
And then this year, they're like, yo, what's going on? Is this guy the real deal? I know so many people ask me, like, do you think AA9's playing his games? And I was like, you know, I don't really have a relationship with him like that. I don't know. I couldn't say like your ethics or your morals. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how he's editing. I asked you when I met you. I was like, bro, are you editing the content? Are you playing? Like, what's going on? Because like this man was like, he's got like 2 uploads going a day on his main channel. He's got a vlog going up, and he's playing 80 games. And I'm doing the math on time. And I'm sitting there like, it's just not possible unless he just doesn't sleep. Is his girl editing? Does he have friends that are hooking this up? Does he have somebody else that's playing? Somebody's got to be doing something.
I feel like a robot, man. I definitely think my where something had to give, and I think what gave for me, my vlog channel definitely took a massive hit from it, because I don't spend a lot of time doing stuff, which sucks, man, because all summer long I was out. I was doing all kinds of stuff, and then you come to the point where FUT Champs started, and at the beginning it was just massive amount of fun for me. See, because I always enjoyed playing like FIFA for money or this and that, and no one knew that I actually could play Ultimate Team a little bit, because I did career mode. I started YouTube doing my players, like I said, but I was playing the Interactive World Cup when I started the Twitch. So for me, I always knew like my records. I think like my records were always pretty damn good. They weren't like amazing records, and I never really thought I was like a great player or anything. But I played a lot of Ultimate Team. I just don't think on YouTube I never came.
You were Mr. Sims. You used to always have the Sims content integrated into the My Players.
Right, because I always I wanted to like make like a story behind YouTube and put out. I just felt like that content at the time was just, FIFA wasn't there for that. Like for some reason, people didn't really care as much for the Interactive World Cup and the competitive, which is a shame, because a lot of games have that, and hopefully FIFA gets there. But at that time it didn't. So I was like, I'm gonna do career mode. I'm gonna do this, and that's kind of what, you know, the AA9SKILLZ brand was on. And behind the scenes I was playing Ultimate Team and doing stuff like that. But yeah, man, when I first came onto the scene, a lot of people were like, yo, Skills, wait, you know how to play the game? What the hell is this? And and I was kind of just like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just playing. A lot of people in the beginning thought it was just my team. Like, oh, yo, it's your team. Like you made regionals because your team. But I've actually, when I hit 38-2 was now, and I think everybody has teams now, man.
Yeah,
have you seen Ultimate Team?
You don't play too many cheap joints now. Forget about it.
It's big now, man. I actually feel bad for people that are coming onto the scene like now. And the people who got the game for Christmas were really at a disadvantage if they didn't have money. Because that's probably the safe way. I get messaged all the time. I'm sure you do as well, where it's like, how did you build this? I was like, bro, do you see how many games I've played of FIFA this year? What do you mean, how did I build this? You know, you got rewards every single week to kind of make this all come together. But I think also because the leaderboards were so public, I'm not saying they were hidden before, but now people are staring at them each week. Yeah. So if you're doing well, if you're doing bad, what's more so if you're doing well, you can't go unnoticed, especially if you do it consistently, where people are like, yo, what's that skills gamer tag? I know this guy. You know, or, oh, whoa, what's going on? I see Dirty Mike, top 10, top 20. What's going on? Let's talk about it, you know? Well, I got that, like the whole mega team thing I got that a lot in the beginning. I'm just like, hey, yo, if that's what's getting me to Miami, I'm down. Let me get another mega team. It is what it is at this point. I don't even care.
I'm gonna put a mega bench, boy.
Yeah, whatever it takes. I got the mega bronze bench. Nah, but like whatever's gonna take me to Miami, man, I'm down to get it. But Ultimate Team, I mean, FUT Champs it hit me with a bag of WTF, man. It's crazy. It's definitely stressful, but it's fun, man.
Man, stress levels are real. It's one of those love-hate relationships for me. Like, I don't necessarily look forward to playing it, but at the same time, when that weekend comes, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play. Yeah, but like you go back to it. It's like a nasty ex you can't get away from. You try. Monday comes around, you're like, cool, it's done. We broke up. Then that Thursday night, that Friday area comes back. You're like, yo, let's get back together. Like, then it's time.
It's literally like a bad relate. You're sitting there and you're like, I can't wait for this to be over. It ends on Sunday. You're so excited. Come Tuesday, you start missing it. You're like, oh, where's it at though?
It's terrible.
Come Wednesday, you're like, oh, I kind of need it, bro. Thursday starts, you're like, nah, I don't want it, bro. I was just kidding. I don't want it.
It's like on Wednesday, you're trying to figure out how to get her back. You're like,
dude. You start calling. You start hitting the phone. You're getting voicemail. You call, it's the voicemail. You're like, come on, girl, just pick up just one time. And then she finally picks up. You're like, damn, I wish you didn't answer. Why'd you pick up, bro? I don't want this.
You get more clever as it goes on. You're like, look, on Tuesday it could be Netflix and chill. On Wednesday you could get a dinner. On Thursday, you might get everything, the 3-course meal, if we can try to get back together. Time is coming soon.
So when I got that 38-2, I was ready to get the ring. I was like, oh, I'm putting the ring on it, 38-2. And the next week I go like 36. I'm like, nah, this isn't fun no more, man. I don't want you no more. Get out of here, divorce.
Let's keep talking about FUT Champs. I want to know, when is the best time? When is the worst time? Because that's what people ask me all the time is, Mike, when are you playing? Do you think you get an advantage during these hours or those hours? I want to hear what you have to say, and then I'll also give my opinion on this as well.
I actually blame Dirty Mike for breaking it. He broke it, man. Let me explain why he broke it. All right. So I play 80 games, a lot. So I play throughout the entire weekend. And Sundays used to be the easiest until he got Tass and everybody on here that are the pros. And they were like, Sunday's the easiest. Well, now everybody and their mama want to play Sunday because Sunday's the easiest. So Sunday's no longer the easiest because everybody's on now on Sunday. Because right when the pros started saying Sunday, now everybody that was somewhat decent is like, oh, well, let me move to Sunday then. So now I'm starting to think like, Fridays might be the easiest, but I feel like avoid Saturdays all you can. Like Saturdays I just feel like they're not only, it comes down to what EA releases in my opinion. And I don't know if you feel this way, Mike, but when Team of the Year came out, oh my God, that Friday and that Saturday was a joke to play. Servers were terrible. Anytime they release any like good packs or any like upgraded players on a Friday or Saturday, it's a disaster for me, man. So I try to avoid Friday and Saturdays the most, but that's more down to servers than the people you're playing. I honestly think whether you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you need a little bit of luck on your side to not get those crazy good players.
I'm so up in the air on when and what to look for, because for me last month, so in February, I started off 39-1. I was like, cool, this is going to be a great month. I might get the FIFA Interactive spot off the tough month, the one that there's less spots. Next weekend comes along. I'm playing on Sunday. I have a lot of games to play, don't get me wrong. 5 disconnects. And I'm sitting, because I cut it so close on time, it's not like I could stop playing. So that was the end of my entire month. Yeah. And that was crazy for me. I try to split up my games, but at the same time, that's not always in your best interest either, because you're playing against the servers. So if the connection is good on Friday, play Friday. If it's good on Saturday, play Saturday. But sometimes you don't have that luxury of being able to wait. I like Fridays. I've had a good experience on Friday a lot. But once you get to, if you're on like 15 wins or something on a Friday, get off. Because you're just going to start meeting, only the top 100. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to avoid people, but I'd rather play the top 100 when we're both like at 30 games. Yeah. I want to play you then. I don't want to, and it doesn't.
I still don't get matchmaking, Mike. I don't. I truly think it is something to do with them when the games are played, because I remember when we went to Miami, that weekend I started Thursday night and I pretty much played through the whole night because I was catching a flight in the morning. So I had so many games played, and when I got to like 15 or 20 wins because no one else was there, I couldn't get a game to save my life. So I don't know if it's actually done by how many wins you have or how many games you've played or what tier you're in. I just have no idea how they map it all out.
Skill rating. I don't think it has to do with tier. I wish that they did tier first and then skill rating. And the reason I say that it deals with skill rating is because I'll play somebody. This happens a lot to me on Fridays or on Saturdays. Maybe I've only played 10 games. I'm a slow gamer as I go through. A lot of times I leave like 20 for Sunday. So that means in the other 2 days or 2.5 days, I played, on average, maybe 10 or something along those lines. So I might play somebody in my 10th game that's already played 30 games. And that just shouldn't be possible because we're not in the same tier. We're not near the same tier, because a lot of times I'm playing good players. And I'll ask them, yo, what's your record? I do this over and over again, so you can't say like, oh, Mike, well, he could have lied about his record. I'm saying, hey, I asked a lot of people. It was kind of like my own little questionnaire, because we're all curious about the skill rating or curious about the matchmaking. How is this put together? EA, talk to us. Because once again, they didn't make an announcement. And a lot of those guys, I play people that are 27-2, 25-1. 20-2, and I'm sitting here like, bro, I've only played 7, 8, 9, 10 games. How can this be the right matchup, at least at this point in time? Not saying that I can't beat this guy or he can't, whatever. It just shouldn't happen then. That's my whole reasoning. I want this to be as fair as possible. And if they look for the tier first real heavy, then when you get to 25 wins, it means something. Yeah. It really means something.
I don't know, man. It's weird, dude, because it's strange. I like my first 10 games, I'll always somehow take a L within there somewhere. And then I go on this crazy run. And then right when I get into the 20s, I'll take another L. And then I don't see no more L's for a while. So it's really weird the way they where I take the L's, and it just doesn't make sense. I would imagine that like I would start taking way more L's in the top 20s into the 30s, but that's not the case for me. And I wonder if that's because like maybe sometimes I'm finishing on a Saturday night or a Sunday, so it's kind of matching me against whatever, or maybe everyone's got to that skill level at this point. I don't know, dude. It's really, really, really weird. But I feel like the deeper you get into it, the harder it should get, and I don't feel it is that way. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I've had some of my best closeouts. Once I get to 30 games played or whatnot, the last 10, I don't feel like there's a big bump in skill level, and that's just been how my opinion has kind of formed throughout all this. I think it's tricky too, because even if you played throughout late night, if you play late night, I feel like the connection is better, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. So I know you've got a crazy sleep schedule, so I know that you play a lot of late night games, I'm sure. So if you're playing late night, it's a double-edged sword, because if you get there's not a lot of people online, so you're either going to get matched up with somebody else that's like you that might be grinding it out, that's great at the game, or the random dude that just came home drunk and wants to play. If you get random drunk guy, it's going to be the easiest win of your life. Yeah. But if you get the Aman Siddiquis or the Gustelas, you're going to see them grinding out the game late night, because these guys just, whatever their sleep schedule, and that's a bad matchup to have if you only play 10 games. Well, go ahead.
And when I first started my road to glory, that was the difficult part, because if you start playing bad when you're playing 80 games, you can't stop. You can't. You have to get a certain amount of games in, otherwise you're not going to complete the 80 games. So when I first started the road to glory, I'm not saying, oh my God, I want to avoid Aman Siddiqui, but it's hard to play Aman Siddiqui with a road to glory. As it happened, of course, I got matched up against loads of these guys with a road to glory, and I have to play them, because at that point you're in it and you got to do what you got to do. So playing at night can sometimes be a massive issue, especially when you're in a situation like that. But you got to kind of just roll with it. But I definitely think playing at night, you have a big chance of getting caught. Supposedly, from what I heard about like the UK scene as well, a lot of the pros play at night as well. So I don't know, you'll catch a lot of people playing late night, and then during the day you have the occasional you might catch a couple little kids in there, and maybe the little kids aren't that good yet, and you got, what I'm saying? So it's but then again, you saw that one guy down there that was 14 years old, remember?
Yeah, that's
dude
true.
in Miami. So those 14-year-old kids are getting good quick nowadays. So you don't know who you want to play, man. It's literally down to luck. I truly believe for you to go 40-0, you got to be skilled, but you need a lot of luck on your side. It's going to be who you get matched up against. If the FIFA bounces are on your side, it's just a lot goes into it.
How many penalty kicks you having go your way, or of course not go your way? Like, you're going to need some luck. You're right. You need some luck. I agree with you, and I think it's hard to choose really the best time or the worst time. And like, when I think back on my weekends, a lot of those weekends I've had that are 35 plus wins, which is most of my weekends, I'm thinking, damn, I beat a lot of the top 100, and the games that I lose are often 1-0s versus the park the bus or the custom 100%. Formations. When I was going against custom formations all the time, that was like nothing I could describe to you, because in competitive tournaments they've always been banned. And I would go against 8 defenders and like 2 guys just sitting up top hoping to leak out and get a corner kick or a long shot. And then it's like, can you get through their midfield? Can you get through their defense? It was no longer playing FIFA for me.
Well, dude, for like, just with that being said, and that's the one thing that kind of gets to me about FUT Champs is like, and I'll put this out there just because it was already in the road to glory, and I think he is a quality player. But on my road to glory, I ended up playing Aman on my road to glory, and I ended up getting a 2-1 win against him in a game that, he dominated it. I was on the road to glory. I ended up getting the 2-1 win. And I sit there and I tell myself, damn, I just beat Aman, who is a top 12 player. And the game before this, I lost to a dude that's never even placed in the top 100. And he was straight up on Park the Bus the entire, how can I not break this guy, but I could break Aman down? And those are the games that get to you, because for you to do 38-2, those are the games you got to. It's not the top 100 players you got to get by, because those games are going to be an open game. They can go either way. It's the Park the Bus kids you got to get by to go to get like top 12, top 100. That's the tough ones, man.
You need some bullshit, man. Like the game that maybe the connection is bad or it's versus the Park. You need that rebound goal. Please give it to me. You need something to happen to kind of get whatever bounce back has to be put together. Anybody that goes 40-0 or 38-2 or 39-1, anything, if you're going over 35 consistently, it's not only that you're a good player. This is my opinion, of course, but it's not only that you're really great at the game, but that you also are getting some bounces throughout those games. Every time I look back on my 40 games, there's games that I win where I'm like, damn, that was a big moment you had. And then there's games I lose like, damn, I hit the post 3 times in that game. So that guy, you know, was favored in this matchup, but that's just FIFA. I don't think there's a way around it.
100% FIFA, dude. There's games where you get into and you might miss an early chance. At least for me, man, I'll miss a one-on-one early on. I'm just like, yep, this is the one. I'm taking an L right here. And you just know that that guy playing park the bus. You had your chance, you didn't get it, you're done. And it's tough, man. Sometimes Butland shows up and you're just like, wait, how did he do this? And I'm done now, and it's frustrating. But those games when you do take that L, you gotta forget about it, because if you don't, either forget about it or turn your console off.
Take a break.
Yeah,
take a break.
The following 3 games after that are a disaster if you don't turn your console off.
And you think about it, even when I've played through them and I've played okay, I catch myself talking to myself in a room by myself saying, Mike, stop it. You're still thinking about the stupid game that you missed, the 2 one-on-ones that ended up being a 1-0 loss. Let me ask you, any special rituals before you get started? I feel like people that do well in FUT Champs, they got something like you put a FIFA prayer out there, you get your energy drink.
Nah, I come downstairs, and if I'm going for 80 games, I come down here, I'm like, I hope I get no blood clogs. I really hope that I don't have a heart attack this weekend, because, dude, 80 games of FUT Champions, you're pretty much on the verge about to have a heart attack, man. So, nah, man, the only thing I do is when I sit down is I try to keep reminding myself, have fun. Like, have fun with this, man. Have fun with it. Because once, like, that was the biggest thing about when I made regionals, man. I just had fun. And the weekend I went 38-2, and the week before that I went 37-3. Those weekends were just me having fun. Like the week I went 38-2, I swear to you, Mike, I turned my console on and I said, I'm going to do a warm-up game so I could play my Road to Glory games, because I wasn't meant to play my main account. So I started playing, and I one warm-up turned into 5 games, and then I turned into 10 games. Like, wow, I'm 10-0. Oh, wait, I'm 15-0. Oh, wait, I'm 20-0. I was like, oh, wait, and I stopped, and I didn't even play the Road to Glory games. And I got back on, and right there I was like, I'm going to finish the games, because I just got on this incredible run. But I was just having fun. I wasn't even going to play the account. And that's the biggest thing. The mind games of FUT Champs is what really, you just got to work that out. And once you work that out, then it's just playing FIFA and having fun, man, and the rest takes care of itself.
And kind of speaking of mind games, do you feel additional pressure, or does it turn into motivation? Because you have the Booyah Nation. You got a lot of people that want to see this content, and at the same time, I know it's in the back of your head, like, I want to play well. I want to perform well. And even if I don't play well, then I want to make sure it's at least respectable. So take us through. Is it pressure? Is it motivation? Do you think about it a lot? Do you try to...
Well, it's the reason I try to tell people all the time that I don't think I'm a good player, is because I don't ever want somebody to come to, like... And this is another reason why I got offered a pro contract and I didn't take the pro contract, was because I don't want someone to click on my channel and think I'm going to watch a pro today. Because I'm not that. I don't feel like I bring that level of, I'm getting a lot of wins, and they're like, well, if you go 38-2, you're a pretty good player. Yeah, I do think that I can play the game well, but I don't ever want people to start having that, like, image of me. Like, like when I went to regionals, I was like, let me just go down there and make my viewers proud. Let me show them that you can be a YouTuber, you can make events, you can do what you want in life. If this is the path you want to take, then you can do what I'm doing. And that's all I wanted to go on there and showcase. Because is there additional pressure? I mean, no one ever, let's be honest, Mike, no one ever wants to put on their channel gold 3, gold 2, silver 1, because you want to show people that, like, here are the good prizes. And I'm not saying getting silver 1 or gold 1 is bad. It's just you want to.
Hey, it ain't good. It ain't good. It's fair to say. Like, if you play 40 games and you win 20 of them, that was not a good weekend for you.
Yeah, you want the best rewards, and you want to showcase the best rewards for your viewers, and you want to show people, and then you want to also, like, there's a lot of people in the comments like, I told you suck, bro, and you want to, like, kind of just like calm them down. But at the same time, I do it for the people that just want to see the things. And this, dude, going to regionals, Mike, and seeing the support that I got from my viewers, it just makes me want to get back to another event, man. Not to be a competitive guy, just to give them something to be happy about again, because it was so cool, dude. Like, I know, like, the people that watch your channel are gonna get behind you when you go to Vancouver, dude. It's gonna be something cool to see, dude. And I don't know for you if there's more pressure because they expect you to win. Is there more pressure for you, dude?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, like, if there is or there isn't. For me, I always try to just take every game as it is and try to make sure you put yourself in a position where you can win that game. You don't want to ever play too wild or too crazy or too ambitious, too aggressive to the point that you could start getting your ass whooped. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
You want to always be there where it comes down to, do you make a great play, whether it's offensively or defensively? And then sometimes that's a good situation to be in too if you know you're mentally strong. If you know that you are able to excel with high pressure or with strenuous moments in a match, then the longer the game goes on isn't necessarily a bad thing for you.
Yeah. Well, that's 100% like, I just play the game to play the game. For me, the motivation comes from them because, like, us as YouTubers, Mike, we want to see our audience happy. We want to see that thumbs up button. We want to see, the views going up. We want to see our audience enjoying content. And once like I started doing all right in the FUT Champions, I saw how happy and how they were hitting the thumbs up and the support they were giving me. I was like, this is motivation to want to do better and constantly do better. So at this point, everything I do in FUT Champions is for the channel and for the viewers to be able to see. And then, like, making regionals was just like a step up for that, like to show them, like, I 100% did this because of them, because I strive for I don't need the coins no more on the account. Like, we have all the coins, I got all that, so now it's just like I want the content for the viewers, I want the packs for the viewers, so that's my motivation. There's no pressure on it. At regionals I felt a little bit of pressure because I didn't want to let the community down. Like, there was a lot of pressure for the community, like to be the first, like, so-called YouTuber to make it to one of these things at the time, and there was pressure with that. But for the viewers, now it's just motivation, man.
Big question here. You got to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses right now? And they're going to be exposed on the competitive scene and through FUT Champions. So talk to us.
All right. So when it comes to playing the game, my biggest weaknesses is wanting to get the ball back too quick. Where like, it affect, like, my defense isn't the best in the world either way. Like, I don't feel the best with my defense, but the fact that sometimes I'll bite on the dumbest stuff just because I want the ball back. Like, I'm so attack minding that would be my biggest weakness, to jump out on a tackle just to get the ball back to attack. And then my biggest asset, man, I don't know, dude. I don't really
I like
know,
that.
man.
Forget strength. Asset. Let's go.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I couldn't tell you what my biggest is, man. I honestly couldn't tell you, man. I left trigger, right trigger well. When I'm in the right place, down at regionals, I watched the gameplay back, Mike, and I told myself, I said, who's playing, dude? Who's this guy? Why am I over the topping with my center back? Like, what was I doing? But all that was just a big, like, mind fart, man. I don't know. I left trigger, right trigger well. I don't know, dude. I think the one thing I need to add to my game ASAP is just being able to hold the ball, man. Just hold the ball. Yo, when you're up 1-0, like, what are you going for more goals for? Just hold the damn ball, man. And that's the one thing you told me down there, dude. You were like, yo, play like a hoe, man. Remember that?
Great.
Like,
awesome quotes from Dirty Mike.
Yeah,
But I was like, I told him, I was like, look, this is going to be a little bit of a different environment than playing online.
Yeah.
Watch what people do. Like, if you get an opportunity, slow down the game. Make sure that you can control the tempo, because you're not dealing with ordinary players. You're dealing with the best of the best from both North and South America, and so much money's on the line. Even if, because you're always focused on YouTube, both of us, we're making content all the time. It's easy to think, oh, I'm going to go back and make YouTube videos and people are going to appreciate the content that we're creating. Whereas you're going against another 15 guys, they don't do YouTube. This is it. Life, death, FIFA. This is all that's going to happen. And that's all I was trying to tell them. I was like, look, you better be ready to rock and roll, because one goal or one mistake, they might not give you the ball back. They might really
everybody
do some
plays
nastiness.
like a hoe there. Everybody there is to play like a hoe, because when you're playing for 30 grand, you're gonna play like a hoe. But the first game down there, I didn't even like. That's my first ever event. That's my first ever everything. So I didn't know what to expect, but that was probably the best advice you could have given me, because I was playing all over the place. And then after you said that to me, I was kind of like, you know what, let me just calm down, because that was more of a like, just calm down. You know what I mean? Like, just calm down. When you said that, it was more of like a just calm down and just play. And I was kind of just like, yeah, you're right. So yeah. Man, it's
hopefully I can apply this to Vancouver, but we'll see. I just know how in a one-day event, it's how quickly can you get your A game going, your top-tier gameplay, and then getting some of those bounces. And I mean, we're coming up on Miami soon, but I know that you mentioned in a vlog a while back about creating an esports team. I don't know what you're going to call it. If you got a name, I'd love to hear that. But what's the deal? Are you still creating an esports team?
Yeah,
Can
dude,
we be on the lookout for something?
It's something I've wanted for so many years, man. It's me and Nep, you guys probably know him. Me and Nep sat down and talked about this years ago, and like, because I wanted the competitive to be a thing. I don't know if you're Mike. I don't know if you remember back in the day when me and KSI did the whole, like, it was, I forget what we called it. It was like virtual sports or something. It was trying to be a competitive thing, but with like pros, with I think it was like pro clubs or something like that. I forget what it was, man. But we tried to put a whole little pro thing. Oh, maybe it was with FIFA Street. I don't remember. We tried to put this whole thing in place because I just always wanted the competitive scene to be something. I feel like it's never gotten the hype that it was supposed to get. Look, man, if I told you right now to name 5 of the Interactive World Cup winners from the past 5 years.
Yeah, you probably couldn't do it. You probably couldn't do it.
No.
These are the guys that won the entire event. You probably couldn't do it. Try it right now. Put 5 in the comments. Don't Google it.
Matter of fact, if you can go in the comments right now and name me 8 of the players that were down in Miami. You can't be done unless you go YouTube it, because most people, like, there's just no scene for that. So for me, the urge for a team is not just to see for the winnings and oh, where's the money at? It's to allow people to do what I get to do every day for a living. Like, I get to live, like, legit, I get to live so many people's dreams, and it's a blessing to do this. And I want to see more people do it. I want to see more people be able to sit down and play FIFA and be able to do it for a hobby and a living. And for me, the coolest part about the whole thing is that I get to help them push their careers, and then I could be right there with them vlogging it for my audience. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win situation. It's something I really, really want. It's something that's in the works. And I don't know when it can come. I don't know. I know I have players that I want to sign in mind. I have a few guys that I really, really want, and I think they're absolutely outstanding players. And it's just hard for them to get their name out there, because right now in this community, it's hard to get your name out there. Whether you're a YouTuber coming up, whether you're a competitive guy, it is extremely hard to get yourself out there right now.
Let's make this interesting.
Yeah.
We already talked about the comments a little bit. Why don't y'all drop 3 names down below? Because I feel that AA9 would be looking to sign at least 2 or 3 players. Drop 3 names down below that are currently not signed with a team that you think deserve a look. Yeah. Deserve a pro contract. You see them in the leaderboards constantly. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that AA is going to do anything with this, but I know where to see it. So if you want to get a look, this is a good time to make sure you put together that look. And let's move into Miami. So this is what a lot of people don't understand that have never gone to an event. Yeah. And I've stressed it in many of my videos, but at the same time, it's better to hear about live events from just me. You want to hear, like, people share opinions, and I want to know, in your opinion, what was different versus online and offline in a LAN event, outside of course, you're playing from your room where you're playing now in front of people, and there's cameras everywhere and so forth.
So here's the biggest thing. A lot of people always ask me what I do when I'm playing FUT Champs, right? So when I'm playing FUT Champs, I put my game sound coming out my speakers, and I have no music on. I have nothing. I'm in my room and quiet, just listening to the game.
I'm a no music guy too. I like that.
I hate the FIFA commentary, but I need the FIFA commentary. So when I get to Miami, I'm expecting in my headsets to have commentary, and if I can't have commentary, hopefully I could just put music in my ears, but we couldn't have the phones on us, so there goes the music aspect. And on these headsets you put on your head, you're expecting really, really loud sounds, but because it's so loud in there, I'm literally playing my games and hearing Spencer talk about me. So at this point, I think I was down like 3-1, or maybe when I tied the game, Spencer was going mental. And then I get to like 3-1, he's talking about how I'm still making the community proud. And in my head, I'm just like, yeah, Spence, you making me look good up there, man. I appreciate you, bro. So I'm hearing commentary. I'm hearing Mike behind me talk because you were kind of being like the ref of the whole thing, weren't you? Like, so you were doing your thing. Behind me over there is Ray and Zway having a conversation. They were talking about their dogs, and I'm listening to all this.
Oh my God, you got the whole combo, man.
Dog, they're talking about their dogs. Spence over here, and I'm sitting here like, hey, I'm losing 3-1, kid. I just want something in my ear, so it's so hard to focus. So game 1 was a blur. All I remember was Messi was hitting long shots left, right, and center. And at this point, I'm in my head, you're trying to process everything. You're down to Kid who no one knows about him, because again, no way to get your name out there. And up next is 2 pro players. So it's definitely very different than playing in your bedroom, because the only thing that you have that you're familiar with is your controller. That's it. It's not your TV. It's not your music. It's not your headsets. It's not your chair. It's just your controller.
Please bring your own controller when you go to an event.
Yeah. 100%.
Doesn't matter big or small event, please bring your own controller.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to notice things about controllers that you never noticed before. Oh, damn, this right trigger is a little different than my right trigger. Damn, these buttons are a little stickier than the buttons that I use. or whatever it might be. What would you change going into the next event? We've seen Miami. What is AA9 going to change? If he was EA, you have the final say. What changes?
It needs to be over. Like, I know the money's going to be a lot more, but it needs to be over 2 days because I play at night. Okay, I'm a night guy, man. I'm playing after, like, I start playing at night. I wake up at 12 in the afternoon, 1 in the afternoon. So by the time I'm ready to play FIFA, I'm not really about waking up early to play FIFA. So we wake up at 6 in the morning. We get downstairs, we eat breakfast, we jump on the bus at 7, we're over at the event by 8, we're ready to play. So it's 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, you're playing FIFA. That's tough. And then when you go, that in itself is tough because you're playing the game so early, and then you have pretty much one chance against everybody to get it right, and that's very difficult. Because like I said, going into the game against Kid, I was never overlooking anyone because I never thought I was going to get a win. I had a bet with my audience that if I got a win, I'd give away a pair of Yeezys, bro. Because I didn't think I could. Yeah, I didn't think I could beat anybody, bro. I was legitimately going down there to have fun and vlog it. So I get Kid, and I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. And I lose to Kid. What was it, 5-2 or something like that? Those crazy long shots from Messi. Up next was a pro that won the Interactive World Cup. I lose 1-0 to him. But in the 50th minute, I already had lost my other game, so I'm like, I got to go for it. So even him at the end of the game was like, yeah, I really thought you were going to tie that or take it. And I was like, yeah, well, it didn't happen. Now going to the Brazilian, another pro, I have no chance. I'm playing the Brazilian, and that was it. So it was over. But the biggest thing is, let me ask you a question, everyone watching this. How many games does it take you to warm up?
Yeah.
A few.
A few for everybody. I guarantee it takes everybody at least one, and I think a lot of people be lying to say it's just one. Like, depending how that first game goes for me, tells me if I need another one or not. Sometimes I like 2 or 3.
Yeah, so before I come downstairs to play my games, I'm upstairs with Mike, Mike, and a dude named Filthy. Or Filthy, was Filthy, yeah, Filthy's his name. We're upstairs chilling. I play Filthy one game, I beat him 3-1. We play again, I'm up 4-1. He comes back, ties it 4-4. We have to drop the controllers and go downstairs. And after we go downstairs, now we sit around for about 45 minutes before we actually start playing. So that warm-up game, you now have like an hour gap before you actually get to play. So it's not really a warm-up game because you don't jump directly on the sticks. So it's tough, man. All this stuff is going on in your ears. You barely have a time to warm up, and it's a lot of it is quick pace, and I don't blame them for that because I understand that it's costing them a lot of money for everything, but it's very, very quick pace, and before you even know where you're at and what's happening, it's over.
And because this is also a production, everything's on a schedule. So, for example, and you guys don't know this at home, but when AA9's sitting down there, Gastella's sitting down there, the Brazilian guy, I think it was Diego, is down there, and Kim Amito. That was the group before.
Dingo.
Yeah, Dingo. So there was the 4. Those were the 4 at my pod, right? And I pretty much ran, like, I think the more exposed pod for Xbox, basically. You know, the games that we're going to put on screen. But I got a headset on. I got somebody in my ear saying, all right, hold up. And I got everybody sitting down, and they might sit there for 10, 15 minutes because we got to get the green light. The streams are right.
With the game up. We're just looking at each other's teams, and we're like, come on, let's go, and we can't.
Because you got to green light everything because it's a production and a live production, so you got to make sure everybody's synced up, everything makes sense, commentators are ready, EA is ready, and that's fine. I get it. But because of that, it's got to be, you know, as a player, of course, you're not going to have that real warm-up. All you can hope for, really, I was thinking to myself, I would rather not move consoles. Once I start playing, if I could stay in that console, I would like to stay there. Cause
I kind of got lucky with that. I was able to stay at my console. The only problem is right when Mike was like, all right, Skills, you ready? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, we're ready. Go. We hit go. The moment we hit go, every EA cameraman wants to come take a picture of me now. So now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know if this is because I'm a YouTuber or if this is just what they do. There's like New 6 from Miami wants to film me, and I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what, I probably shouldn't have eaten that burger yesterday because I'm trying to suck in real quick so I don't look super fat in this picture. You know what I'm saying, bro? So now I'm playing the games and thinking maybe I shouldn't look so, really should have hit the gym last night because I'm gonna look terrible in this picture when it shows. So there's just cameras everywhere, there's lights everywhere. Look, it's the best experience I've ever had when it comes to gaming, but it was very, very, it was crazy, man. It's supersonic speed. It's nuts, man. But hopefully, over time, it gets, to be honest with you, Mike, you've been to a lot of events. I don't think it gets much better, does it? Does it?
This is premium. This is like, and I made a recap kind of talking about everything where I said, look, there's really nothing players could complain about in terms of how they were treated, you know, and being able to make sure everything looked the same, everything, because I was also watching over so many matches, there was issues such as, oh, I need another contract, or, oh, this guy got a red card, so I was like, all right, go into a game, quit out of that game, then re-up it. Because these are specialized consoles. They're almost like a modded console, where there's every player that you could ever ask for, but there's other features that are a little bit different. But I made sure everything's set up. Y'all are happy. Y'all are good. You got any questions? So let's talk about it before we get into every single game. That was like a reoccurring question I had. Let me see notifications. I don't want things popping up on screen. You name it. So in terms of pro events, in my opinion, this was the best. But I'm so far with you in terms of it being two-legged. Because you spend so many hours playing FIFA. Yeah. That to qualify to get here, that once you get here, man, you don't want it to be a bliss, right? Where you play, after one game, 2 games, 1.5 matches, you're done or you're through. It would be nice if it was a little bit longer. It allows you kind of build up. So not everybody's a quick starter either. And I wonder what would have changed actually if you had 2 legs versus 1 leg. Who knows?
Well, I think it's a lot, bro. Because you look at my group, and Dingo is a fantastic player. And Kid did amazing. He played he played one of the best tournaments down there because no one expected anything from him. But the guy that had the most expectations in our group goes out. He's won the Interactive World Cup. Nobody even really talked about him because I was in that group. A lot of people wanted to throw my name around and stuff like that. But realistically, the guy that was sitting right beside me has won the Interactive World Cup, right?
Well, he's qualified for it 5 times. The world final. He has not won a FIFA Active World Cup. I think Gastella, I want to say his best finish might have been a 4th place at the world final. But either way, he's been to this event many times. He won last year. He won the MLS tournament, which was 10,000.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay.
So I mean, in terms of experience, being at events, winning events. Yeah. Yes, there were many players in your group. You never should doubt a Brazilian. Even before this event, I could have told you that. Yeah. And then Kimamito was somebody that I would say Kimamito and yourself, if we're just speaking openly, people are like, I don't know about these two. Yeah. AA9 does YouTube. Kimamito, I don't know anything about him. I don't know about these 2 guys. And then you have Gastella and the Brazilian, who the Brazilian guy's been to events and people have seen him before. If you're really involved in the competitive scene, either way, you're like, all right, I bet you he's pretty solid. And then Gastella, of course, has those achievements. He has those accolades. You're like, this guy is not going to play nervous or anything along those lines. So if you don't take the game from him, he'll squeak out of there with a W. That's the difference sometimes with experience, is that you get some squeaky, nasty W's that you need to have in order to win an event or to progress out of the group stage, you name it.
Another big thing is how much your stuff is out there. See, because I saw like a thing about Gorilla, who's a fantastic European player. He actually put YouTube on the back burner because people knew how he played. People, like, you're showing your tactics, you're showing this, you're showing that. Now, because I'm a YouTuber and I would take YouTube over everything. You could ask me right now to be a pro. I want to be a YouTuber. That's been my dream for many years, and that's what I've wanted to do. So I'm blessed to be in that position. I would never change it, but I show my tactics. I tell people who I'm putting to stay back. People know my
same. Hey, I'm with you. I do the same because I don't. It's not that I don't relate with being a competitive player or a pro. I come from that community, but if you were going to ask me where are your priorities at, this is the first year that we even seen any kind of competitive. Right. Mainstream action, ESPN, interviews, player profiles, EA being involved. So I've always prioritized, once I really got into YouTube, this is what I'm doing. And I'm showing you a lot. And that's why my channel became popular, is because I was able to, this is how you do corner kicks. This is how you take free kicks.
Dude, and that right there in itself, not even talking regionals, going into FUT Champions, when my viewers match me, they know what I'm doing. They know where I'm at. They know what I'm at. They know what they're after. And then when they get me, they're like, "Oh, Skills, I'm really sorry. I hope you have the most of the L's I take are to my viewers now because they know stuff." So to my surprise, most of these guys down there watch my content, bro. When I walked in, they're like, "Oh, Skills, what's up, dude?" And I'm like, I just didn't expect like the guys that are competing in this thing to watch my content. A lot of them are still got a hold of me and like talking to me now because they watch my vlogs and stuff. So they know my play style. People know your play. So all this stuff puts you at a disadvantage. So, but again, like that's why I take YouTube first and stuff like that. And I would do it all over again. But again, all this stuff is massive when it comes into the pro scene. I think you'll see a lot of pro guys want to be YouTubers, but at the same time be like, wait, should I say everything? Because at the same time, they want to win these massive events. And I think it's hard to balance both of them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And on a side note, and I know this almost dates back way early in the video, we talked about it briefly, but if you have never seen AA9, not just because you're here, his My Player career mode, that's got to be one of the best FIFA-based series on YouTube, some of the old school My Players. You guys will be surprised. If you've never seen it, it'll be a little bit different than what you anticipated. You've got, AA9 on the back end speaking first person like, yo, I was out last night. Boys, we got busy last night. This girl from the club, she wanted to get involved last night. Then she found out I spoke Portuguese. Oh, it was over last night. And I showed up for the game and it didn't go very well. He has this whole build-up into FIFA that's not involved in FIFA. If you like the NBA 2K series, then before all that existed, AA9SKILLZ, My Player, that's one of a kind. If that's the type of content you like or that you enjoy. I remember watching that series. That was a series that I even kept up with. Back in the day. It was good. It was fun, man. It was the one of one. There wasn't. I always liked the idea of building up a character, building up a player, but the actual mode, I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it wasn't good.
It was bad.
It was not good. They didn't have a lot of depth. Okay, you had to make.
They haven't changed that mode since like 11 either.
Yeah, I was gonna say FIFA 10 or something. My Player is not a high priority. It doesn't make him more money. But the last thing I wanted to ask you, and it's not as much about the competitive side, more just a question that I know so many people have probably asked you, and this is a great outlet or a great medium to talk about it. What would you tell people that want to get into creating content or becoming a YouTuber or a live streamer? Because for many, I'm sure that you impact their lives where they're like, man, I think I could do this. Because I know a lot of people have tried starting a stream, or some of them have become successful or competitive players watching my content on the regular, and they're like, look, I want to do this too. I want to try this. I want to put myself out there. What do you tell them?
Right now, the biggest avenue into FIFA would be to just get high rewards and get placed high in FUT Champs.
Basically, be a pro player. All right, let's say they're not a pro player.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now that's a big avenue to get into YouTube and stuff. It's very hard right now, which is sad because there's so much. I'll be honest with you, man. There's a lot of content out there that smashes my content. It's way better than my content, but they just don't get seen because that's just the way YouTube is now, and it really sucks.
But the only thing you put in so much work, though. I was gonna say consistency is part of it. So like, there's people I follow that upload videos like once a month or once a week, and that's not always enough to really work that YouTube game.
That's why I was about to come at. Like, if you want this, if you really, really want this, bust your ass. Go for it. Because you can turn to me right now and say, Skills, do you like playing 80 games? No, but I love making my viewers happy. And I love seeing my views go up. And I love being able to continue to do what I do as a job. And I'm hungry for that. So because of that reason, I'm sitting here for hours upon hours playing the game, editing content. You know how long it takes to edit videos, Mike. It's a pain in the ass, but it's something I've wanted so bad. So if you put that passion, that fire under you and you want it, you can get it, man. Like, a lot of people would turn to me and be like, yo, you know how many people told me I wouldn't be a YouTuber because I spoke American. I was American. You know nothing about football, you won't be a YouTuber. You know how many people told me I couldn't make regionals. This is stuff you just have to put aside, want something, go for it, really strive for it. I'm gonna tell you something. This is the biggest roller coaster of your life. And one day you're gonna think you're gonna be the next big YouTuber. The next day it looks like everything's going to hell. And that's just numbers of YouTube. It's a disaster. It is the most stressful and it's very depressing at times. But if you fight through all that, it's so worth it because you get those moments like when I went down and the audience was behind me like that. That was a moment I'll tell my kids about if I have kids. So man, you just gotta keep grinding.
He's gonna have kids. He's gonna have kids.
You just gotta keep grinding and grinding and try to get through it. And I'm telling you, man, even some days you wake up and you post a video and even YouTube's against you at that point. And it sucks, man. But if you want this and you really, really want to do this for a job and you're passionate of it, if I can do it, any of y'all can do it. Just do it, man, and go for it and strive for it. And like I said, getting into the pro scene, you can do it. All you gotta do is get better at FIFA. If you want to be a YouTuber, all you gotta do is post as much as consistency is everything when it comes to streaming and YouTube. It's consistency is everything, and stay true to your viewers and stay true to yourself.
Man, I couldn't have said anything better than, that little mini rant right there. I felt the emotion, bro. I might have to have a tear come down the video.
Yo, a lot of times when people are like, yo, why 80 games? And it's the truth, yo. It's because I've wanted this. And I don't want this to go nowhere, dude. I don't want YouTube to go nowhere. So if you tell me to play 120 games to make sure my views stay or my views could go up, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to try to get that 120.
That's no sleep. Lots of bunnies is coming in. She's coming in as a sub, bro.
Hey, listen,
at 120, she's coming in.
She's not editing. She's commentating. entertaining at this point. I'm gonna be like, all right, girl, you
yeah.
get this video, I'm gonna get this video. Talk about, just say Vieira's really good and just keep saying stuff about him.
A9
right?
voice is gonna change significantly in those videos. The context of what's being talked about. Yeah. So I went to McDonald's yesterday and I tried the Big Mac Double Trouble.
Yeah, dude.
7 to 10 over
Hey guys,
Vieira.
welcome to episode 41. Today I'm drinking this Red Bull, and you know how I popped this Red Bull? The thing was is that I grabbed it from the tip. Yo, I'm not even talking about the game at this point, man. The whole content's gonna change. But yo, be hungry for it. Go get it, and I hope that all of y'all get to do this for a job one way or another, because it is a blessing, dude. An awesome, awesome blessing.
And find your niche. If you want to get in now, you're not ahead of the game in any sort of way. So like he talked about finding a niche if you're really good at the game. Perfect. But for a lot of you guys watching this video, you're not, and you don't have the potential, and I don't want to be negative, but you just don't have the potential maybe to be a pro player, and that's fine. Or to be up at that competitive level. So there's other ways to get in, but you need to find your niche. Are you funny? Are you better at editing? Are you a better networker? Is your personality great this way? Do you know more about maybe audio equipment, or do you know more?
Like you said, Mike, I did the voiceover of a storyline with GTA, and so many people like, oh, this is cringeworthy, but I liked it, and that separated me from so many
people
other
remember you
YouTubers.
for it. Yeah, are you creative?
Yeah.
Whatever it might be, combine your best traits and bring that out. Show your good shit. If you got bad shit, we're hiding that, okay? Don't bring that out. When you go on a first date with a girl, do you tell her that you got a bunch of baggage? No! No! You don't lie to her. You just don't tell her. None of that. You're like, no. I'm presenting this package. Same with you two, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then right when she starts to feel, you buy one of those Big Macs, the new ones, the grande ones, because then you got it locked, right? It's the I don't know where I took that. Yeah. We gotta get 80 games in, bro. We gotta go fast food. We can't be going to like no sit down restaurants, bro.
Oh man, Taco Bell will hurt your stomach. Guys, my camera cut off, but I feel like this is a good place to end it anyway. Thank you so much for being on my channel. I really appreciate it. Of course, leave links to AA9.
Yo, if any of all my viewers that come here to watch this, you make sure to subscribe to Dirty Mike. He's a sick player. He's going to be in Vancouver. You show him that support in Vancouver. And let's see if an American can, we're all Americans going to Vancouver. Let's see if a YouTube/gamer or pro can take this thing at Vancouver.
I would love to be holding a trophy right about now. That made me feel, or the plate. I think they had a plate. I'll take that.
Yeah, we'll cut it in half. I'll take half of it, all right?
That's fine. You eat off my plate. I like that.
Yes, let's go.
All right, until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.